Welcome back. Every 4th of February, across the entire length and breadth of the World Cancer Day is marked. Of course, Nigeria, a huge part of the story. Our numbers, a huge number of Nigerians affected by cancer. We roll through the statistics this morning, sort of cancers affecting men and women in this country. For men, prostate cancer, for women, cervical and breast cancer. Government's ambitious plan is that it will have free screening cancer for across the land, because they say, the minister says that early detection, of course, is the key to resolving many of the cancer issues. Of course, there are many issues. We're going to talk about cancer this morning with two fantastic gentlemen who have worked with people living with cancer and sort of have a hook on the cancer narrative in the country. Larry Olushola is a psychologist. He's also have worked with cancer, people living with cancer for several years. Samuel Jegede has an ambitious plan. The cancer-free city is what he's working on. And what we're going to talk about also at some point during the show. Thank you very much, sirs, for coming on the show.
For having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Let's say decades back or some years back, we hardly talk about cancer, but now cancer seems like malaria. Everyone talks about it. Now, would you say, I would already the question to you, Jegede, would you say that the awareness is we're getting more awareness, that is why we're hearing cancers more, or that we have just fallen into that, will I call it, trap of getting cancer in our lifestyle, daily lifestyle?
Well, I'll say more work has been done on awareness by government, by other foundations, trying to get people to know that, okay, some people used to call it sudden death or something, they'll name it some spiritual term, but it was just cancer undetected. Do you understand? So more awareness has been given. People now know about it. A lot of people know that, okay, it's more rampant than you think. According to the last statistics, well over 5 million Nigerians have cancer, are living with cancer, with 250,000 new diagnoses every year. So people now know about it. It always existed, but they now know about it, and it's more.
Okay. So working with, you're starting an organization.
Yes. Cancer-free city.
Now, last year, I was opportune to be in a symposium, and she is actually the leader of, I think, the National Center for Cancer Prevention. And she says there's going to be mobile clinics, not just for the rural, but not just for the urban, but also for the rural areas.
Yes.
Now, do you think that is a support system to help reduce cancer to the barest minimum?
Oh yes, it is. This is the reason I think if we had 20 comprehensive cancer treatment centers, it wouldn't even still be enough. Do you understand? So any attempt, any step towards the right direction will really help reduce it. Any step at all.
Come to Mr. Olushola on this one. You've worked several years understanding what cancer has done to people, especially people who are living with cancer. Of course, the statistics die when you think about how many people have lost their lives, how many people don't have access to treatment. One of the issues the minister raised, saying that affecting cancer, a number of issues talked about people who, personnel to handle it, the prohibitive cost of treatment, was something I think you will probably have some idea on. He says many Nigerians still have the phobia for detecting, going to do the screening and on that sort of thing. Why has this persisted over the years?
You know, it's a narrative. The label given to cancer is death, just as the label that was given to HIV. But they changed the narrative on HIV, and you know, it wasn't no longer a death sentence. And so people were comfortable to go and take a screening for HIV because they know there's medication and it's no longer a stigma. But there's still a major stigma with cancer, and cancer is a death sentence, whichever way we want to look at it. Until we begin to change the narrative, you know. I mean, she talked about, you know, a lot of awareness. It's, you know, there are thematic discussions. So it was HIV, now it's cancer. You know, the world is always looking for something negative, you know, to drive discussion. So it's now cancer. So the thing about it is the narrative needs to change. We need to change our mindsets. And the narrative is, let's look at preventive. The whole spectrum, let's look at preventive, let's look at curative, right? So in looking at preventive, we need to ask ourselves really and truly, what causes it? And a lot of the causes are majorly environmental. It's about your lifestyle. It's about your diet. It's about those kinds of things. Obesity. When we look at one of the causes of cancer is infection, that only accounts for about 20%. Your diet, your lifestyle, your sedentary lifestyle, lack of activities in terms of physical activities, they account for almost about 30%.
So if the minister, for example, says we're going to have free cancer screening across major cities in the country, even rural areas, some selected rural areas, you think it's going to change people's attitude towards going to have screening regularly?
I think it's going to contribute. Another thing that we need to do is educate. Ignorance really is the biggest challenge that we have. It's not just about setting up the screening center. It's about educating people. And we need to begin, and this is a great initiative, talking about it on air. Media has got a great part to play. We have to change the narrative. We need to educate people. We need to let people know what causes it and the lifestyle adjustments that a lot of people need to make. So preventive is big, right? Going to screen so that you detect it early is also very critical. And then where do we get help? So everybody's hands need to be on board, and we all need to be working in collaboration and partnership, because this thing is for real, man.
All right, taking it back to you. The theme of this year is We Can, I Can. And according to the Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, he says the theme is geared towards exploring individual and collective drive in reducing the global burden of cancer. Now, we understand that you want to start a cancer-free city.
Yeah.
Give us an insight on what that is all about.
Cancer-free city has one objective: to build a comprehensive cancer treatment center that will be free to Nigerians.
Free to Nigerians?
Yes.
Okay.
It's some people can't wrap their minds around it because of the costly nature of treating cancer. But we believe that if you have support structures to take care of cancer, okay, this is how it is. We build a treatment center that will be free. And we have other support businesses or support structures that will take care of treatment. A lot of people have died. My mom, the antecedents, I hope I'm not jumping the gun, but my grandmom died of cervical cancer. My mom had breast cancer that she's treated now, thanks to someone who was willing and able to foot the bill. So, you
jump the gun.
Yeah, jump the gun, yeah. So I thought of it that we have to be proactive. Now, we try to rush to raise money for one person when it's almost late, because they won't come out early enough. I can try, they pray about it, some even get some healing. But a lot of people, try to do it themselves. When they get to their wit's end and they see their accounts in red, now say, okay, please help us. And when people are trying to raise money, the cancer worsens. Do you understand? Many of the time, we've seen people die who try to raise money. So we want to be proactive now. Rather than try to raise money for a loved one individually, why not let's put funds together to build that treatment center that will treat a lot of people. So you don't need to solicit for funds in the future.
For free? You say for
so
free?
Yes, come and get free treatment. It seems impossible.
What sort of cancer?
We're starting with 4: prostate, colon, cervical, and breast. Those are the preeminent ones in Nigeria, the prominent ones in Nigeria. So we intend to start with that, then we'll expand into other places. So it's a case of, we're not trying to raise money for one person, but for a lot of people. So just imagine that in the future a loved one was going to have cancer. Why not donate towards this cause? Let's build something that will be preventive.
What major problem, especially with funding, donor apathy from the private sector has been mentioned over and over again from the government, that they're simply not doing their shit, the private sector. How are you going to go around this?
Well, we believe strongly that when there's a will, there's a way. Basically, when there's a will, there's a way. Anybody that has experienced cancer firsthand and seen what it can do, you want to be a part of this. One, and any government that sees, I know the First Lady of Kebbi State is actively fighting cancer, and quite a number of first ladies. So anybody that has experienced it knows what it can do. Imagine the breadwinner of a family dies. What happens eventually? Imagine your only child is diagnosed of cancer. What happens eventually? So you have to pitch this to them, and that's why we're doing this. There's a campaign, share your cancer story, and people are coming out like, okay, this was one. Somebody actually said that he hated his mom and dad at some point because they were pouring all the money that was meant to be used for taking care of them on their brother, and the brother still died.
At that radiotherapy in
Yes.
Abuja, sponsored by a major oil company. I just remember that.
Well, going to radiotherapy, there are very, very few radiotherapy machines in Nigeria. A nation like Nigeria should have 200 active radiotherapy machines. It should be 1 to 1 million. But we have, last I checked, we have just 2 functioning. So the queue is much. And according to what I heard, 1 radiotherapy machine should take care of about 60 people a day. But many times what kills it is overdrive. You can treat 100 people a day. And coupled with the power situation in Nigeria, it should be on constant power. There should be a constant power supply. You can go.
Let me just, back to the question you asked, if you look at how much it costs to treat a cancer patient, it ranges from between 15 to 20 million.
Yes.
15 to 20 million naira. And this is the simple mathematics that we're looking at, right? We're looking for 5 million Nigerians. We believe and we know that when it's time to raise money, especially the last stages, people contribute money, right? Nigerians are good people. But what we want to do is to be proactive. We're looking for 5 million Nigerians that will contribute 2,000 naira every month for 24 months. That's all we're asking for. 5 million Nigerians contribute 2,000 naira. That's 48,000 naira, right? From 5 million Nigerians, we will build our own, and it is owned by us. Yes. And we're saying that any member of your family, any friend that you have, for as long as you have committed and you have made those donations, 48,000 naira, you'll be on the priority list. Not 20 million naira, not 15 million naira. So with 48K, right? Any member of your family, any friend you have is on the priority list. And we're looking to treating 100,000 every year. We're going to expand from there. So it's a no-brainer. If a member of your family comes now and they, God forbid, they say that person has cancer, I call it the gambling game. People keep pouring money into it, hoping that, they'll be able to get help. But we don't want to wait till the last moment. We want to do screening. So the facility is very elaborate. We're going to have, screening centers. We're going to have treatment centers. The whole 9 yards.
It sounds like a good deal for Nigerians. If you're seeing just 48,000 naira in 2 years, I think it's a great deal because according to some reports, about 28 African countries do not have cancer treating facilities.
Especially comprehensive cancer.
Exactly. So looking at it, we know that the chemotherapy machine, the radiotherapy machines are expensive.
Yes.
How do you hope to, are you just relying on good many Nigerians to raise these funds? And when will the project start? When will the project end?
Okay. The plan is to raise the money in 2 years. One, we intend to build. When we started this, I said we have one focus. Do you understand? To build a comprehensive cancer treatment center. We know that a radiotherapy machine, a good one, costs about $3 million, and plus setting it up 3.5. A bunker with the is so special. You need a lot of approvals to get it because it deals with it's a radiotherapy machine. So we know it's costly, but we know that we can pull funds together to do this. So we are relying on Nigerians to kick this off because we know that a lot of Nigerians have been affected by it. Do you understand? We are just having faith in the good people of Nigerians to say, okay, enough is enough. Let's do this. What will it cost? Let's put money together. And it starts by saying, okay, I won't wait for my friend to validate this or to vet this. I'll do mine. And you do yours. And nobody's waiting for each other. Everybody just plays their part. And in no time. So 2 years we raise the money. Hopefully by the 3rd year, it's up.
All right, so as we discussions will close, like a dashboard, we have all the different angles trying to find out where what fits where, and what sort of perspectives we're trying to draw. One other issue which I want you to address is the personnel to take care of people living with cancer. Nigeria has a huge deficit, like in several areas, but I understand people who will treat people living with cancer, we don't have those numbers out there.
Yeah.
How do you hope to be able to work along those lines?
Okay, I'll take one of our plans. We believe strongly that there are a lot of specialists out there that are Nigerians, a lot of oncologists that are Nigerians out there in diaspora. And we believe that if we can raise this money we're talking about has the salaries for 2 years. If we bring a specialist, one of the best, maybe renowned oncologists in the world, to come to this city, one is going to help train our people. Do you understand? Hand-holding technique. So they come, they see, okay, how to go about it. That's one. So if he stays here for 2 years, training our people and performing, doing the surgeries on people. So those people are trained for 2 years. Going forward, they commit 2 weeks of their year. Do you understand? The way you pay us back is to commit 2 weeks in a year to come in, to cancer-free city. That's one of the plans that we have. So we intend to use the best in Nigeria and the best in the world.
All right, thank you very much. Any final words from you, Mr. Olushola?
I mean, I believe that is a worthy cause. I'd like to speak to well-meaning Nigerians. I know that we've got good nature in us. I mean, we run our own social security system, right? Let's be our brother's keeper. Let's not wait to be a victim. Let's not wait for any member of our family, to go through this. Let's go out there. Let's support the street. Another thing that he didn't say is we're going to roll out in phases. So we're not going to wait till all the money is complete. We're going to roll out in phases. The key for us is to attack cancer and to, do our own bit. Now, we'd like to also speak to well-meaning Nigerians that have an equal passion to do their own bit. Right? So you could support us or you can run your own thing, right? But the key is that we need to come together to be a collective to fight against this, just the way that we all come together when we have a sports match, a football match. We all need to come together in love to fight this. And the truth of the matter is we can and we will.
Thank you. That's the theme, actually. Thank you so much, Larry Olushola, a life coach, and also Samuel Jegede, your cancer-free, the visionary of Cancer-Free City. Thank you for being part of the show today and sharing this great information with the Nigerians and those in the diaspora.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Because you can get them on social media to get some more information on exactly what you can do and be part of this dream. And we hope that from time to time you can touch bases and tell us about the strides you have made.
2020, we'll see you.
Yeah, so we depend on the press.
And the question to ask is 2,000 naira too much to save a stranger's life?
Absolutely. So that's a question you'll have to ask and respond to when you do catch up with them. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Social media handles are scrolling all through the show, so I'm sure people will get in touch with you.
Okay.
All right. So we'll take a quick break, fighting the scourge of cancer discussion we had. When we come back, I'll let you into something great. Please stay with us.